Good morning, UPBOptionMillionaires.com on this Monday, November 12, 2018. S&P 500 futures are lower. We were a lot lower just a couple minutes ago, getting that bounce with 10 minutes to go into the opening bell. S&P 500 futures were down over 1/4% now, just 0.1% lower. Lumentum came out with lower guidance this morning. It's plunging, collapsing, taking Apple with it. Apple was under that $200 level this morning, has now bounced a little bit. But if you look here, S&P 500 futures off the lows that we saw on Friday. Remember that move we had to the downside on Friday? Swiftly reversed into the closing bell, a sharp rally. Off those lows here, even this morning, despite the move to the downside. Bouncing a little bit. NASDAQ futures are down over 0.6% here just a little bit ago. Now down just, 0.35%. Look at this bounce we have to the upside here for NASDAQ futures. Somebody's asking, is the top in for this market? From my perspective, it's tough to say for sure, but each of the times in this market where it's felt like it was going to come off the rails and where the top was in, all the negativity in the market ended up being a great opportunity to buy the market. And we're just less than 2 months off of new all-time record highs for the market. And it seems like now we're just suddenly in this bear market where everything's going to pull back, and the top is finally in after all of these years. And if you look really in the face of all the headwinds, there's so many excuses to sell in this market. And we know each of the excuses to sell in the market over the last 9+ years has been really a reason to buy. Except the difference is this time the Federal Reserve and the central banks around the globe are starting to pull a pacifier out of this market, letting it cry a little bit. But if you look at the short to medium term here for S&P 500 futures, I see some sort of a inverted head and shoulders pattern set up into the end of the year. And we know the market's kind of got a bullish bias. We have that Santa Claus rally that usually pops out, started December, middle of December. So we could look at this inverted head and shoulders. Some weakness would actually be a good thing here to complete this pattern and move us up, possibly up to that 2,900 level. Could that possibly happen into year's end? So we'll see. A lot of bearishness in this market, and rightfully so. The earnings reports have been pretty nasty. If you look at a stock like Facebook, I was talking about this just a couple months ago, this support line. There's a chart I drew up all along the way. Facebook has held this support line. And I said that if we broke through the support line, it'd be pretty negative for tech. And sure enough, we broke through it. It's been very negative for tech. Some of the names like Amazon, which is over 2,000, getting clobbered, Google. So until we see a reversal for tech, even Facebook possibly come up to test this line, rightfully so that this market has been pulling back. You can see QQQ this morning, holding that 170 level. Actually broke through briefly that 170 level. Came down to it on Friday before bouncing, so that's going to be a key level to watch. The small caps really been leading this market. You look at the election, we had the move post-election day last week. And you look at the election day rally that we saw back at this November 2016. We had a massive rally to the upside, got into this channel here. I think IWM was up something like 13 trading sessions in a row, something like that. We could just look on a daily basis here and count them up ourselves. We had that move up. Actually, it was the day before. This is a Friday right there. That was the Friday before election day. That was the Monday. That was election day Tuesday, and then this is the Wednesday election day reaction, after the election day. Look how many days we had in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 straight days in a row. Pull back, and then another 4 really strong days up before consolidating. If you look where the action rests here for the S&P, for small caps, IWM, we're actually back in that channel. So the downside move this year from record highs back in September has brought us back into this channel that we saw post-election November 2016. We actually came up to the top of it recently before pulling back. So it's something to watch here. Short term, small caps led the market out of the abyss back. We were down, 9 straight trading sessions in a row, November 2016, heading into the election. Which is similar to the action that we saw. Small caps were leading this move to the downside, this correction here for the market. Small caps were pulling back first. So we got to look for small caps to recover first before this market can really set up for upside. And it's putting in a similar pattern here for small caps. Inverted head and shoulders pattern at 152 level, act as support, and possibly vault us up to 160. All right, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. So I'm going to get into some individual names later. The market's going to open in a couple minutes. I got to get this video uploaded. But short term, the market certainly looks weak here, but possible inverted head and shoulders pattern could see some strength. into year's end. I'll see you in the chat room at optionmillionaires.com. Everyone have a great trading day. Goodbye.